Good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now, February 24th, 2026. A historic event, an important event, a crucial moment in this war. The F-22 planes are landing in Israel. That's right, tonight around 9:08 p.m. Israel time, the most special planes of the United States Air Force, the F-22, entered from the Mediterranean. The Raptor, the invisible one, the hunter in the shadows, is right now waiting for the moment to take off from Israel towards Iran. Family, your likes, your comments, military strategies. Let's begin. Good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now, none other than on a day that could be crucial in this story, February 24, 2026. Welcome. There's no time to waste with all the information we're bringing tonight about what's happening, about what's going on in the Middle East, which is not at all something usual, quite the opposite. It's unusual. And with all the data we're bringing tonight, plus more exclusive video footage on a global level, and nobody else has this. I can assure you that nobody else has it. The entry of the F-22s into Israeli airspace. We have it here tonight. We have it exclusively, folks. Welcome to Military Strategies. Once again, we're where we need to be, with the information you need to have. What a day. The draft of the negotiation proposal for this Thursday arrived today in the hands of the United States through third parties. And the response has been to send 12 F-22 planes to Israel. Not only is it not just about sending some planes here, other planes there, a couple of missiles here, missiles there. It's about the fact that the largest military concentration of the 21st century is happening. A union is being formed. How would they say it in Venezuela? Political, civic, military police, as Nicolas Maduro used to say? Well, all of this is coming together in Israel right now while we're talking. Welcome to your channel. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are watching this on replay, activate the notification bell, leave your like, and subscribe. Because when the darkest night comes, 0 hour, the landing, the assault, the liberation of Iran, here you'll experience it in a unique way, unlike anything you've seen before. So I recommend that you subscribe to the channel. May God give us health and protection for what is to come, especially to our great people of Israel, who also have some pretty tough days ahead. All right, let's get to it. Let me introduce you to the F-22. They've been coming in groups of 4. I actually have details about this. They've been coming in groups of 4, thank you. 3 groups of 4, planes coming in from the southern area, from the Mediterranean towards Israel. We hear the sound. There you can see one of them. Sorry about the watermark. Sorry for the watermark. There's no other way. Because otherwise, you know how this works. There's a detail in this whole story that really caught my attention. Really grabbed my attention. I was talking about this event with several people, and there was a moment when there was a photograph. God bless technology. God bless technology. Because, of course, in the middle of the night, how are you supposed to know if it's an F-22, an F-15, an F-16, or an F-35? We have a photograph, but we're not publishing it yet, in which you can clearly see the silhouette of the F-22 in the middle of the night. It's amazing. I'm going to zoom in on this video clip because there are more videos. There are more video recordings published from this event. I'm going to remove one of the watermarks. One is enough. Let's watch it again, now closer. Do you see that light there in the middle, red and green? Well, there it is. All right, there's a photo with the silhouette of the F-22. Thank you. And nobody expected this. Nobody expected that they were going to bring an F-22. Marco Rubio has just been speaking with Congress, and he has also been explaining the plan to Congress. Donald Trump's going to speak at 9 o'clock Washington, D.C. time, that is, in a couple of hours. Right now, it's between 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock in Israel, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock in Spain. Did you know that it's 1 hour earlier in Spain? Washington, D.C. time is 4 o'clock. That is, we are just a few hours away from Donald Trump giving the statement that I think could be the one. You have 24 hours to leave power, that thing that George Bush made famous with Saddam Hussein, that you have 24 hours to leave power. I remember also, historic moment. People thought it was a joke, but it was no joke at all. Thank you for all those memberships. The more you chat in the channel, the more likely you are to get a membership. The more likely it is. The screen is black. The screen is black because it's a plane flying at 9,000 meters altitude. It's amazing that we even have that clip. But there's a photograph while we're talking. I'm going to get it ready. I'm going to prepare the photograph so people can see what we're talking about right now. Is it crazy? Is it crazy that the F-22 is arriving in Israel? And it has also arrived at a base, which has already been made public, so we can talk about it. Earlier, we had a live broadcast with Dr. Irving Gettel on Enlace Judeo with Mark Ashar. We were also there. We have been talking about what is going to happen, about what will occur. In the war, obviously, we have had quite a bit of information. Aliens exist, they say. I say that the person who sent me this photo, I'm laughing. The one who gave me this photo is completely trustworthy. And you're going to freak out. There's the beast. It looks like a UFO. It really looks like a UFO. Seriously. It's amazing. The plane, the F-22, you're going to see it now. You're going to see it now. That's the silhouette of the F-22 coming into Israeli airspace. 3 waves, 3 groups of 4 planes, 12 in total. And this is exclusive. This is exclusive. Nobody else has it. We have it here. Us. Don't ask me, I can't give more details for now, but this is made in strategious. Where have the F-22s gone? There have also been comments about which base they're at, where they've landed, and why they've landed in Israel. I know you all want to know every detail. We'll share the details that can be shared due to security concerns for the state of Israel. Some can be shared, others can't. There's unclear information about what's happening right now, and there are statements from Netanyahu. Marco Rubio as well. We'll have him here too. And the Ayatollah who has been evacuated. Third time this week that the Ayatollah has been evacuated. They first took him north to the Azerbaijan border. Now he has gone back to another place and they've put him in a bunker a few meters underground. We don't know if that's the official tomb where the Ayatollah will spend his last hours, or if we're going to see a movie-like operation. Movie-like? Let's go. First, before we get to the F-22 topic, where is it? Let's explain all the details. It's at a very special base, I can assure you. It's not Nevatim. The F-22s are not at Nevatim. It's been mentioned on social media. Has anyone posted that they were going to the Nevatim base? No, they're not at Nevatim. They're at another base, one that's even more special than Nevatim. But first, Marco Rubio. Let's go in order of arrival. First Marco, then Rubio.
I'll be brief and to the point. We want to talk a little bit about the strategic vision of this organization and begin doing so by first acknowledging that we are here today. Because the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, has both the ability and the willingness to use the power of his office to think outside the box. And that's why we're here today. This was a very...
Look, when Marco Rubio is speaking here, in a few words, think outside the box. Hear the phrase outside the box, and now you'll understand why?
I'll be brief and to the point. We want to talk a little bit about the strategic vision of this organization and begin doing so by first acknowledging that we are here today because the President United States Donald J. Trump has both an ability and a willingness to use the power of his office to think outside the box.
Outside the box. Precisely, that keyword is the one that many years ago, in the early years of this century, the early 2000s, the State of Israel launched an operation against Syria's nuclear reactor, Operation Out of the Box. Out of the box. Today, Marco Rubio, before Donald Trump addresses the nation at 9 o'clock at night, Washington, D.C. time, will be giving a briefing to the House, to the senators.
It's serious, and the administration has to make its case to the American people.
Would you listen?
Note the outcome of Marco Rubio's briefing and what was said. Let me briefly introduce you to the characters in this story so people can start understanding what this is all about. Ready? We have breaking news. This is crazy. This is crazy. Right now we have to cut. We're cutting right now. We'll be back with this. This is getting really, 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 really good. The United States of America has just sent, oh my God, they've just sent right now, while we're talking, to cross the pond from the United States via the frozen sea. Atlantic. North. I repeat. North Atlantic. Another 6 F-22s, even more. Amazing. Amazing. In case you don't believe it, now you can believe it. Total madness right now. Flight map. There we are. These two are returning. Because they just climbed up to this corridor you see up here. To bring those F-22s first to the United Kingdom, and from the United Kingdom they are going to go southbound. Careful, careful, because the base that could host those F-22s in Israel has plenty of space and more than enough. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming videos. It's not just any base that's currently hosting two F-22s on Israeli territory. It's not. We're back with the video we were working on. As breaking news comes in, we'll cut in, we'll add it. That's how it is. This is the madness of military strategies. This is a live show. Nothing is pre-recorded, no scriptwriters, and no weird stories. Let's continue as we were saying. Look at what Chuck said. The Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, after the Gang of Eight briefing on Iran. Thank you. Look at what he said. Listen, okay?
Thank you. It's serious, and the administration has to make its case to the American people.
This is serious. The administration has to defend its position before the people of the United States. Thank you. Terrifying.
This is serious, and the administration has to make its case to the American people.
How close are you here?
Just with those words, if Marco Rubio has gone there in a private session to explain to them what is going to happen with Iran, and if the Senate Minority Leader has said this is serious, and the administration has to explain this to the American people, folks, I think that the United States and the entire planet are at war. This statement we're seeing sounds more like a declaration of imminent war. The time is approaching, the moment we've been announcing and warning about for weeks, day after day, minute after minute. We did it with Venezuela. They said strategies. Stop insisting. Nothing is going to happen in Venezuela. You're going to lose your credibility. I can't lose what I never had. I speak and say what I believe, and I believe that we are at war. There it is, the F-22, the Raptor. What a marvel. What a marvel. What this plane can do. Dance in the air. Look, look, look how it moves, how it glides, how it falls. It's impressive. It's something impressive. There it is. Some capabilities. This air superiority aircraft. Its RCS, that is the radar signature of this aircraft, is so small that a radar could mistake it for a bird. It's a masterpiece. Goodbye? This, along with the F-35S, the F-16S, along with everything that's been deployed, makes this the most lethal force known in history right now. In the Gulf War, there were no F-22s, no F-35S, no electronic warfare aircraft like there are right now, today. Now, this really is the first modern war where all the elements, drones, technology, artificial intelligence, are going to be put to the test. Israel already did it for 12 days in the month of June. In the year 2025, they did it. During the first 30 minutes of that war, Israel took out the entire military leadership of Iran in 30 minutes, leaving Iran without command.
Mando.
Over the military. What will the United States and Israel be able to do now in this same theater of operations called Iran? What are they going to do? I don't know. But it's going to be intense. We're live right now, everyone. A lot of people. Thank you so much for being live with us. Seriously, 14,000 people. Let's try to share the live stream on your social media. Please help me out. You know this is a team effort in this community. Because we're going straight to tonight's exclusive. Where are the F-22s right now in Israel? Where are more planes going to arrive from now on? And where? Did Israel just open an airbase inside Israel? Get ready, because what you're about to see is truly explosive. An exclusive bombshell here on military strategies. And everyone who's searching right now, they're looking for two things. People are paying attention. What is going to take off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Kansas? If it's the B-2S and where the F-22s have gone, where have they gone? Where? First of all, we have to look at Whiteman. There are two places on this planet where we will have to pay the utmost attention. From here, the Midnight Hammers set out, a group heading west, the group carrying the package, the strike group heading east. They crossed the ocean, reached the Azores, refueled at Laches, and continued through the Strait of Gibraltar. In the middle of the night, dark. The people at the Civil Control Tower asked questions. No one answered the radio. No one knew anything. They passed through the skies of Israel. No one heard or saw anything. But at 12 at night, at midnight, it wasn't Cinderella who left the ball. No one lost a shoe, but that night Iran lost Isfahan, Fordo, Iraq, Natham. The Midnight Hammer came at the hands of the B-2S. Because from this base that we see here, Natham, inside these hangars, the planes that carry the hammer, the drill, the shovel, and the Natham pickaxe to open the Ayatollah's grave could be getting ready right now. All right? And the F-22s, where are they? F-22. We fly to Israel. The world seems big, but it's really not that big. Thousands of kilometers away. To the south of Israel, a few kilometers to the north of Eilat, the F-22s are waiting. The B-2S. Here, in this place, an airbase that has not been used for military combat squadrons for years. In the past, this base was used under the name Aggressor. In this base, the IDF, the Israeli Air Force, used to train for possible enemy attacks from anti-aircraft defenses and aircraft. They used to do some kind of exercises, war games, where they played the role of the bad guys. Later, the base was abandoned. Some old F-16 planes were decommissioned because new ones were coming in. The base was left to be used as an exercise and training base. But the base, which is called and goes by the name Avda, is the ideal base for this mission. Why? The F-22 plane is an expensive plane, a very special plane, very sensitive. Its technology is practically secret. The United States can't sell it to third countries. Unlike the F-35, it's a plane that has to be kept at home. It can't be taken to any allied country unless there are privacy guarantees. Very few countries can say they've had it hosted, very few. It's a plane where every hour of flight costs 40 hours of maintenance. It's an expensive plane, but lethal and necessary. A plane that's capable of doing things other planes can't do and going where others can't, destroying things that others can't even imagine. Along with the F-35, Israel's F-16S, Israel's customized F-35S, the jets have arrived at this base. Why this base? Unlike Nevatim base, which is where people thought they might arrive because it's one of the largest bases, this base has an important peculiarity. It was free. There was plenty of space, and there's enough room to bring in squadrons of fighter jets one after another, and in addition, give them fortified shelter. Unlike Nevatim, where the fortified capabilities are limited, here it is a base where planes can enter these bunkers and be protected against ballistic missile attacks. There you have it. This information is public. It doesn't endanger Israel's security. Please don't write it down. It was published 3 hours ago. I knew about it for a while, but I didn't publish it until it became official. Iran knows it too. These are public images. This star-shaped design provides incredible protection against aerial attack threats. 2 runways, even a third one in case of emergency. Over 3,000 meters, mind you, because even larger planes could land here, although that's not their purpose. In this area, for example, there could be tanker planes inside these bunkers. There could be more F-35 planes and all the logistics necessary for operations. So, a base that was not being used by the IDF now becomes a little piece of America, the most important piece of the whole operation. Why? Because maybe the planes, the first ones to take off, will do it from here. It could be, I'm just saying it could be, we're live right now, folks, on Military Strategies. Thank you so much for being with us, really. This airbase was home to the 115th Aggressor Squadron, the Flying Dragon, the F-16CD Barak model, which was closed down in mid-May 2025. It didn't last long, closed, just a little while. The vacation didn't last long because in June the 12-day war was already starting. Thank you. There is anti-air defense. There are aero systems deployed nearby. I'm not going to show the location. That's something I definitely won't do, but I can say that there is anti-air defense nearby to provide security. Thank you. And what would you say? Female name? That name, Ovda, was given in March 2024 in honor of the first female commander of an air base. At this base, the first female commander of an air base was appointed in 2024. Here in Israel, women hold important positions. In Iran? No, well, yes, in Iran. There's one who appears on television raising her finger, threatening Israel with destruction, and seconds later she runs away to save her fingers. And something else. It was inaugurated in 1981 along with Nevatim and the Ramon Air Base. After the Camp David Accords, it was abandoned. At a certain point, it was used in one way or another for training. And now it's there. There it is. There, the F-22s are sleeping there tonight. Sleeping. I don't think they're sleeping. Just like there's another one that's not sleeping. Today, he spoke again. The dead man has spoken again. We have it in Spanish, I think, 6 hours ago. 1 second. Now we're going to listen to it. It sounds like a voice from beyond the grave. I find it incredible. Are we going to see the Ayatollah? Are we running out of characters in the story? We lost Nasrallah along the way. We had hopes that Saif Din would be a good spokesperson for Hezbollah, that he would give us good headlines. Then we were left without Nicolas Maduro. Greetings. Now Diosdado Cabello is declining. Bye. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, fam, but I'm afraid. Or I get the feeling that it won't last long. The Ayatollah. It's a feeling. Let's say it's like a kind of dream, by the way. Speaking of people who won't last long, do you remember? The ambassador of Iran in Lebanon, who, by coincidence, had a Hezbollah beeper, and who lost an eye in his fingers. He has been replaced. It seems they've already given him retirement or permanent disability. Isn't fate strange? He loses his fingers and his eyes, and now they throw him out like a dog. The Ayatollah?
Just like that.
But now the nuclear program for peaceful purposes is not for war. No, it's not for running the country, it's for farming.
Thank you.
It's for medicine and health care. It's for energy and everything relying on it.
Energy and everything that comes from energy is for energy.
And what you are saying is our inalienable and absolute right.
You say that we have the right to be saved, but this is...
It is also included in the very treaties and statutes of the International Atomic Energy Agency. It is included in the very treaties and statutes of the international organization.
Included in the treaties of the International Atomic Organization.
That is to say, all countries have the right to have nuclear facilities within their own territory, of course, and to build nuclear weapons as well. Why not? All countries have the right to own nuclear facilities. It's just incredible. If it weren't for the fact that they burn the flags of Israel and the United States and every day they chant death, destruction, and curses to the Jews, honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea for them to have a couple of nuclear plants. By the way, what about agriculture? I don't know what water they're going to use for irrigation because they're down to 5% of the country's potable water reserves. This is a real scandal. They don't have water? Imagine what they'll use to wash their turbines. No water. The Americans. If you were smart, you would have already taken the plane like Assad did and headed to Russia, so that in the days you have left, you can enjoy the view with something you can see. You know what I mean? I don't think you can do any better. But he's not going to leave. He's not going to leave. He really believes in what he believes. He's sure of where he is, and he's not going to leave. The Ayatollah doesn't want to leave. He's not going to go. The Ayatollah, he has to die in Iran. What can you say if a man at that age has a dream that he makes it come true? At least a part of it, not the part about destroying Israel. Obviously not the part about destroying Israel. If they didn't want the nuclear weapon, why the hell are they enriching uranium to more than 3%? The uranium enrichment needs, in terms of percentages for research, energy, medicine, don't go beyond 5%. Why do you want over 60%? For what? Does it make sense? No, none at all. It doesn't make any sense. And the reason why they want to build to carry out an operation is overwhelming operation of nuclear weapons. Right now, while we're talking, let's go back to the map. Lariani? The sinister one of the family returning from the United Arab Emirates to Tehran. It is said, it is rumored within the regime that the Ayatollah has delegated all decisions to Larijani. He took the draft to the United States to see if they will meet in Geneva or not, or wherever. I don't know where they're going to meet now. The next meeting might be in a cemetery. There is Iran 06. He's on his way to Tehran. Amazing, huh? Amazing. By the way, Larijani is one of the suspects of what happened in Argentina. I'm just telling you that. Larijani is one of the few who survived the Israeli attack in the 12-day war. It's crazy. Look at this stratotanker that took off from the United Kingdom, passed through France, and crossed Italian airspace. Well, no, it crossed directly over Italy and then went back up, through Greece, through Bulgaria, through Romania, through Hungary, Slovakia, the Czech Republic, Germany, the Netherlands. Honestly, the pilots can tell their families in one day, has it traveled through more countries than Willie Fogg? Amazing, huh? Oh my goodness. And people are asking if there's going to be a war. The problem isn't if there's going to be a war. No, the problem is when the war is going to happen.
Thank you. Israel is now, today, a very small country, but it's a very powerful country.
Israel is a small country, but a very, very powerful country.
It's powerful, not just because of technology.
He says it's strong, not just because you hear it well.
Powerful, not just because of technology, that too.
Dice, no es solamente potente.
I can't make out the exact English word, he says. If anyone hears it, let me know. He says, not just because of that.
Not only because of
They say not just because of the signs.
It's powerful because of the spirit, people say.
It's strong thanks to the people's spirit.
It's powerful because we know that history won't give us another chance.
He says, it's strong because we know that history won't give us another chance.
There are so many miracles that people can perform.
He says there are many miracles that people can perform.
So many that people can.
He says, come back from death.
He says, break the rules of history.
He says, break all the rules of history.
He says.
Because you can't return from death.
He says.
But we did come back from death. What context is Netanyahu giving to what he's saying right now? And I want comments in the chat, because for me, this is also a topic we need to look at. This is not just a technological or military war. This is a spiritual war. This is a spiritual war. What is Netanyahu referring to? I'll explain the context. He is saying that the people of Israel came back from death when, thanks, Nazi Germany wanted to wipe them out. They came back from death. It came back from death in the Shoah. When the Romans invaded Judea and Samaria, thank you, it came back from death when it was conquered by Nebuchadnezzar. It came back from death when it came out of slavery in Egypt. The people of Israel, and history has always shown it, have always come back from death. It's the only one. That's what Bibi is saying here. You have to understand Netanyahu's context. What is he saying here? Well, from the diaspora, from the expulsion from Spain of the Jews. It's a people that returns, no matter how much they try to destroy it, persecute it, massacre it, wipe it out. It's a people that has that spirit inside, and it's unbreakable. It can't be broken. They have always existed and always will. But nevertheless, the Persians are no longer here. The Persian Empire no longer exists, right? Did Xerxes conquer it? Europe? His father didn't do it either, Darius. And the Ayatollah isn't going to do it either. He's not going to do it. And look, how does the story go? Well, in just a couple of days, it will be celebrated that the Jews were not massacred by the Persians. It's celebrated on Monday. That's what it is. Of course, you stop to think about it and say, look how history is. The Greeks, who were the ones that stopped the Persians from invading the known world and reaching the Iberian Peninsula, practically, if they hadn't stopped them, Darius, Xerxes, and all these people, history would have been different. Notice that now, in the year 2026, there is an island in the Mediterranean. It's very beautiful. And I've been there. That place is incredible. There is a Greek island that is not Sparta.
No.
It has nothing to do with Sparta. They are not Spartans. Crete. But it is Greek. Let history repeat itself. When the rest of civilization is abandoning Israel and the United States in their fight against evil, there are countries that have turned their backs and said that no plane will take off from here to attack Iran, to liberate Iran, because this is not attacking Iran, it's liberating Iran. This idea of, we're going to attack Iran, no. We're going to liberate Iran from tyranny. This island you're seeing, Crete, once again, the Greeks are the ones who are going to do their part to help stop the Persian expansion around the world. Thank you. They're not Persians either. The Shiites aren't Persians. The Persians are no longer part of history. Unfortunately, they disappeared. They mixed with other cultures. They believe they're Persians, but they're not Persians. And there's something else that's striking about this story. Thank you. The Ottomans, speaking of history, the Ottomans, Erdogan has already spoken and shown his stance. Thank you. Attention with this. Erdogan has said that he shares a small, large border with a country called Iran. Let's take out the measuring tape. We're going to measure something. About 25 to 31 miles from the border with Turkey, there's a place that Turkey would like to reach. It's called Urmia, because in Urmia, next to the Salt Lake, which used to be a freshwater lake, and it's not that they've cried there, it's not that there have been tears there. In Urmia, there's a base, a mega ballistic missile base of Iran, where Turkey would like to enter to investigate, to take notes, and surely take some home to study them and manufacture them. Turkey says that if there is a war, to guarantee its security and that of its border, it is possible that it will invade Iranian territory to establish so-called security points. Due to the lack of power in Tehran, kilometers from Tabriz, another of the points, to Turkey, 160 kilometers. Everyone's already looking out for themselves. It would be wonderful for Turkey to do what you are about to see now. A line from here to here. Extend its territory, this whole area, and disconnect Iran from Azerbaijan and Armenia. But there's also another important issue. The northeast and west regions of Iran, especially the western region,
de Irán está habitada por
Kurds. Yes, Kurds. Yes, the Turks see this as an opportunity to strengthen their hold on the entire northern area of their border, and to the west and to the east, taking over the entire Turkish community in northern Iran. The Turks don't know this, but the Kurds are not very happy about it. So we could see a war on several fronts, with the Kurds fighting against the Tehran axis, against the Shiites, and also fighting against the Turks. That's why a few days ago, Giuliani, who has now been excommunicated by the Islamic State, and they say that he is no longer the leader he should be, that he is sold out to the West, that he no longer serves the cause of jihad. He was conquering and began to conquer the entire northern area of Syria, pushing the Kurds toward Iraq. He was reaching agreements with them and trying to control this whole sector. For what purpose? So that later Turkey can come and control the entire Kurdish area from east to west? The United States has stepped aside, abandoning the bases in Syria and Iraq, whether it's a tactical withdrawal or not, so that Turkey can move safely. The world is crazy, isn't it? But be careful, because there's more.
cuidado porque hay más.
Pay attention to this one. There are some guys who defend feminism to the death. On the eastern border of Iran, there is a country called Afghanistan. Talibanistan. Well, the Taliban, who have always been enemies of the Iranians, interestingly, have offered their services and help in case they are invaded by the United States of America. Wow, now we see how the Sunni Taliban, who used to call the Iranian Shiites apostates and fought on the border, fight against Pakistan and offer their help to Iran. What is the reality of all that? The moment Iran falls, the Taliban will try to move and expand their territory to the west of Afghanistan as far as they can go. And be careful, because as for the Taliban, our friend and esteemed Joe Biden and Kamala Harris left them a mega army and logistical equipment gifted by the United States of America. Be careful. They have vehicles, they have weapons and ammunition to declare war on any country in the region. No. No one expected this. This is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Different scenarios. Be careful, because in the south, on the border between Iran and Pakistan, there are the Baloch people, and they also want their share of the pie. They also want their own country. Courage, Balochistan. We're ending up with a scenario where the largest country, maybe in Asia, one of the largest, could end up as a much smaller country than it is now. Taliban on one side, Ottomans on another, Balochistan on another side, Pakistan with nuclear weapons. And in Iraq, what's going to happen? Because this is another question, community, what's going to happen in Iraq? And here, what? What's going to happen in Iraq? Good question. Iran would only have one way to save itself from the fire. If Iran manages to convince all Iraqi Shiites that they are in danger, we could find ourselves in a complicated situation. A very complicated one. This area here, southern sector, border with Kuwait, it's incredible what can happen here. Iran could start pushing by land towards Basra, conquer Basra. And start a Gulf War number 2. I'll leave it there. It's not the first time. Well, in fact, for people who say I'm crazy and that this is just my imagination, and that in this area you see there are thousands of people buried, Iraqis and Iranians. These are the famous trenches where the madman Khomeini, or the first one, the one who arrived, Khomeini. Well, all of these people sent others with a grenade in their hand to blow themselves up inside the Iraqi trenches. In these ones, you're seeing not even a rifle, just a grenade. They'd pull the pin, boom. 2 million? 2 million? The world doesn't really realize who they're dealing with in Europe. We see things as too easy. We don't grasp the reality and the dimension that this whole story has. We think or believe that nothing happens here, but these people are very convinced of what they believe. They are very committed and they are willing to do anything. We have seen it in Iraq. We have seen it in many places. And then there is another element that is also very concerning, which worries Israel and a large part of this planet. The cells that exist in Europe and in all these places are cells that have been dormant until now, which can be activated at any moment. And things can start happening anywhere on the planet. By the way, there was a big debate this week. Pay attention to this video. International Space Station. December 26, 2025.
Imágenes.
Ukraine footage. There's a lot of talk about whether there's life on other planets, if aliens exist, if they visited us, and so on. But take a look at this video. Look, in this area here where it says Kyiv, you can see the explosions from space and you can even see the missiles. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. This is a real video. This isn't artificial intelligence. It's a real video.
Go back.
Look at the explosions.
See how they appear? We see the missiles coming. Any civilization out there, up there, that's watching us, I don't think they'll want to come meet us. Thanks to seeing what we're capable of doing to each other, they'd be pretty stupid to come meet us. Humans are too despicable. Today is the anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine. Thousands of people have died. Thousands of people have died because of terrorism around the world. This has to change. It's time for the world to move forward, so that it's no longer a utopia, so that this is no longer just a dream, but something we make real. We have to put an end to these wars that lead nowhere and don't benefit us as human beings at all. This isn't going to leave us. It's not going to go away. Go away. But there are those who say the attack won't happen. That's also an option. We also have to be realistic. Family. Are there still chances that the attack won't happen? What are the chances that the Ayatollah will surrender? That the regime will disappear? That he pulls a Nicolas Maduro, but without Maduro? Elections? And what about this whole story of someone internally taking someone out? That he reaches an agreement where there are no ballistic missiles, where there are no nuclear weapons. Or maybe Iran has some weapon that makes a military operation against Iran unfeasible, which could also be the case. It could happen that Iran could have weapons that are not conventional. Hold on, we have a statement from Turkey? Interesting. Has anyone told Turkey to slow down? Let's take a look. There it is. Statement. We're seeing it in Turkish, right? So you can see it's the original Turkish statement. Let's see what it says. Erdogan, let's translate it. Let's try to translate it. We're live right now. Family, where are you visiting us from tonight? Please, it's super important. It's not working. Can I read your messages? The director of communications of Turkey says it's false and denies reports that Ankara would enter Iranian territory if the United States attacks Iran. He says this is disinformation. That the contingency plan is disinformation? Well, we'll see if it's true or not. We'll see if the Turks are going to move or not move inside Iran. To them, we don't know. To Guaram, they'll have to do something. The one who wrote the article was Bloomberg, who said that Iran would be willing to step in to protect and prevent a wave of refugees from entering its territory. Iran desperately longs for an agreement, but it simply can't utter the sacred phrase, "We will not make nuclear weapons." This is what Trump said a few minutes ago. Iran is desperately seeking an agreement, but they can't say the sacred phrase, "We will not build nuclear weapons," and since they won't say it, they won't honor it, and they're going to build them. We have to put an end to the threat. By the way, about what Bibi is about to say. Speaking of this, pay attention to the video. Bibi has said a lot of things today.
Radical voices on the left spread lies about...
And what if radical voices from the left are telling lies about the genocide?
Radical voices from the right demand that Jews take DNA tests.
Radical voices from the right demand that Jews get DNA tests. They say that both are wrong.
Both are dangerous,
Both are dangerous, the far left and the far right,
and both must be confronted.
and both must be confronted. Both must be confronted. Thank you. The radical left and the radical right, and of course, both want each other off the stage. That is, the left wants to see the destruction of Israel. The right also wants to see the destruction of Israel. Everyone wants to see Israel destroyed. Everyone. That's right. Nothing more, nothing less. Amazing. It's amazing. All right. I want to show you something. Speaking of DNA, there is a company that I recommend to you which does DNA analysis to see your ancestors. It's called MyHeritage. I'll put it here. I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put it in the chat because we have an offer. Special discount for the Estrategias Militares community using the code EM. And now I'll tell you the number. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to confirm it because we did this relatively recently, again with MyHeritage. Can you find out where your ancestors come from? If you have people or relatives around the world, what is your ethnicity? Where do your ancestors come from? Do you have Jewish ancestors? What percentage of your DNA do you share with people you don't know? It's amazing. You can spend hours and hours researching your origins. So many hours of research, so many. What is the code you have to use? I'm going to put it here. 1 second. You're going to see it. The code is EM29. The discount code, if you go directly to the website, you enter EM29.
Vabbè.
And it will cost you, I think it's $29. I think that's the price, $29. They send the kit to your home. You take a small sample with a swab in your mouth. You put it in a small envelope. You send it. The shipping is all paid for. And it's amazing. It's amazing because you'll see, seriously, a complete map. I'll show it another day. I'll show mine one of these days so you can be amazed. And it's really good. It's the most affordable. It's super complete. I recommend it. Even though Bibi says it's a mistake. By the way, the company is Israeli, so it's in good hands. Your DNA, don't worry, it meets all the security measures. It won't be sold to Iran or anyone else. Strange. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You probably have it there. I think the moderators are sharing it in the chat. I posted it, and it should show up here in the description. It's worth it. MyHeritage? Remember MyHeritage? You can sign up and see all the information they have, which is very, very, very interesting. In all languages, in English, Spanish, Portuguese, all available languages. I think it can be sent to almost anywhere in the world. Depending on the place, the results take more or less time, but there are very nice stories of people who have found lost relatives. Can you make your family tree? What else has Vivi said? Look, this is interesting about the southern neighbors. What has Bibi said about Gaza? Well, neighbors, those who live on the other side. Bibi?
The third objective we have set is to make sure that Gaza never poses a threat to Israel. Again,
and I know the third objective we have set for ourselves is that Gaza will never again be a threat to Israel.
That requires de-radicalization.
We need to de-radicalize the Gaza Strip.
A difficult word?
But re-education is a difficult word, but it means re-education.
It's re-education. It's a difficult word, but it means re-education.
He says we have to change.
It has been done in other parts of the world. It has been done in some states.
He says it's been done elsewhere and can happen here too.
It has been done in Japan and Germany, so our first priority is de-radicalization.
He says it has been done in Japan, it has been done in Germany, it can be done. Is it true? Let's see. When the Second World War ends, and this is true, BB, you're absolutely right here, BB, on this topic. When the Second World War ends, many Germans believed that the Jews were the demons. There has been an effort to re-educate people and change. Some people still think this way today. Some older Germans, young people who have no education at all. Well, there's nothing you can do about those people anymore. I mean, there are people whom God gave a certain level of intelligence, and that's as far as it goes. It doesn't go any further. But it's true, there needs to be a re-education effort in Gaza, in Judea and Samaria, so that people can live together, so there can be peace, so there won't be more friction, more terrorist attacks, more October 7th. We need to work on this. Whose responsibility was this? The responsibility of the United Nations? Who failed? The United Nations? Is it good for anything, the United Nations? Answer it in the chat or down here in the comments. But Bibi is saying it clearly.
Parts of the world, it's been done in some Gulf states, it's been done in Japan and Germany. So the first thing we have to make sure is de-radicalization. But that also depends on security arrangement where Israel is responsible for overall security. Israel and Israel alone can guarantee that.
Only Israel can guarantee this. So any agreement must make Israel solely responsible for security.
And we shall.
And we are going to do it.
The third objective we set out to do is to make sure that Gaza never opposes the issue of Gaza.
They were given 30 or 60 days to hand over their weapons, but for now, they refuse to do so. The same thing now, when the Ayatollah is already off the air, turned off, out of coverage, they start handing things over. By the way, there are elections within Hamas soon. Thank you. There are elections soon in Hamas. Candidates, who do we have as candidates? Khalid al-Hayya, a classic, and, well, the great classic, the total classic, who doesn't get along with Iran. Also, Khalid al-Hayya gets along very well with Iran, but Khalid Mesial doesn't get along with Iran. Khalid Mesial has already been the leader of Hamas. Both of them could potentially end up like Ismail Janil if things don't go as they should. Khalid Mesial. Khalid Mesial was already about to cause trouble in Amman, in Jordan, in an operation that went wrong, the one by Mossad. He must carefully consider his moves. Israel knows where he is. It's possible that up to 24 F-22s will be deployed at the Israel Airbase.
24.
What if they stayed in Israel forever? Just imagine. Can you imagine? We're live family here on Military Strategies. Please, your likes are super important. Let's go with the super chats. Let's go with the memberships. Thank you so much for supporting us. We're live right now. Despite the censorship, they want to censor us as always. You know that never changes, but here we are, weathering the storm as always. What Vivid says about miracles, we're here by a miracle. Come on, let's go with the super chats. Family, your comments are super important. The more you talk, you know I might pick you. A membership means more reactions in the chat, more opportunities. Thank you so much to David Fabra. Thank you, David, to Lizzie. Thank you so much to Miguel. Thank you. Ocean Strategies, greetings. Greetings to Ocean. Mayim Strategies, come live this war with us so we can go through this bitter moment together. Where to? Because there are wars in many places? Where do they want more? So that I go live the war? Thanks. To Israel, to... If God decides that I have to be in Israel to live through the war, I will be there. Everything is written. Everyone's role in this story is written. Our time is written. If God so wishes, I will be there. Calm. Greetings from Jerusalem. Strategies. I'm from Tijuana, Mexico. Oh, Tijuana. I went through the war and was here after 12 days. I hope I don't have to endure this one. I'll be here until March 12th. If anything happens, I'll keep you informed. Thank you for keeping me updated until March 12th. I hope we keep in touch after March 12th. Thank you, my friend, for your super chat. Hey, have they found where Mencho used to live? We have to do a show in Mexico again. This doesn't look good for Zimbabwe, huh? They're saying some very serious things out there about Claudia, about the arrest of Mencho. Michael, great job, strategies, thank you. Are there already whispers and comments going around that Claudia didn't know Mencho was going to be arrested, and that when she found out, she gave an order? Let's see, what could that be? Special program coming soon? The latest news about Mencho. Here on Military Strategies. Martinez, why don't they bring the B-2S? The B-2S aren't brought in. They take off from their base already loaded, carry out their mission, and return. They're not planes meant for bombing all day long. They're planes designed to enter environments with anti-aircraft defenses. Difficult, complicated for high-risk missions. And that require the capabilities of a strategic aircraft. Thank you. Martinez, thank you very much for that membership. Juan, welcome. Thank you very much. Placido, welcome. Placido, thank you. Placido REM, strength and good health to you and your whole family. Anio, Israel will always prevail. There is great strength in Israel for the good Mexican people. Yes, it's needed. The truth is that Mexico, unfortunately, is going through a tough time. Thank you, REM Gonzalez. Thank you very much, Gad. There are 2 Eurofighters escorting a British plane, as if it were moving its things away from Israel. Now, let me explain. There is an international operation against the Islamic State in which the United Kingdom is actively participating, with Eurofighter planes and an escort plane, which isn't really an escort plane, it's a tanker plane that gives them fuel. And almost every week, several times a week, they patrol over Syrian territory to destroy Islamic State targets. They usually do that. But nothing more. They have no intention of getting involved in the war or participating actively. The United Kingdom stated their bases won't be used for this purpose. Nadi, greetings, strategies and family from Israel. Long live freedom in Iran, Venezuela, and Cuba. May God always bless you. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, Nati, for being here with us and being part of the community for such a long time. 18 months. Oh my God, Yudi, strategies. Today is the State of the Union address, the first year of Trump's term. Today is the day. Angel, 427,000. Yes, I can't believe it. We're already at 427. 427. We're heading to 500,000. We have to reach 500,000. Marcella, thank you so much. Pavel, thank you. Adolfo, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to Strategies. Pavel, 50 memberships. Well, Pavel is given 250 memberships, no more and no less. Thank you so much, Pavel, for making this community happy, the military strategies community. Thank you truly for everything you contribute. Thank you so much. Without you, this doesn't work. It's that simple. It doesn't work.
No.
Let's do it for 500. Welcome to Military Strategies. We're live, family. Come on, let's continue. Thank you. Let's keep going because we have a lot to do. When people are saying that the United States might not attack, what is it going to attack? People? I think they don't really understand what's happening, what's going on right now. There are 6 AWACS planes. There are electronic warfare planes. The F-22s aren't just brought out for nothing. It's an expense, a strain on that plane, which is vital for the defense of the United States of America. And I think we've reached the key point. Iran is going to try to close the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is going to try to destroy American bases. It's going to bomb Israel. But the response is going to be brutal. The response will be tremendous. Like in the 12-day war. First, the radars. Thanks to these, the first ones. Thanks for watching the video, then the missile launchers. In between the silos. Accompanied by the Ayatollah and all these people. Oh my God, the IDF dog. Well, we can also send the IDF dog. Well, this is tremendous. This is Iran. This is Iran. Guys with swords. And Donald Trump on his knees. And Biden and everyone. This is tremendous. Come on, let's go. Let's go, Israel. Let's see that F-15, F-16, F-35, F-22, A-10. They're all here. No one is missing. The story is about to begin and will start gradually. Let's see how this ends. People are saying there wouldn't be an attack or there won't be an attack.
I'm watching.
Let's see. Hopefully this will be resolved through diplomacy and there won't be any negative stories or stories that take us away from the path of peace. I hope so. But it seems to me that it won't be. Especially with these guys. Tremendous, huh?
Mark Barhomrico.
Mark Barhomrico! Mark Barhomrico!
It's just amazing. Just look at them. Thank you. Recently, they said morale on the Gerald Ford aircraft carrier is at rock bottom because the toilets don't work. And of course, since they can't use the toilet and have to wait in line for 40 minutes, the crew's morale is at rock bottom. I don't know about their morale, but they don't sound very proud, do they? They're saying death to the United States, but they're really not convinced, are they?
Oh, Mark Barhomrico! Mark!
Barhomrico.
Mark Barhomrico. Mark Barhomrico.
Oh my God. They're putting in a crazy amount of effort, but considering what they're getting paid, it's just that between this and the others that we're running into out there, you start thinking and saying, my God, what's going to happen here? You? Just imagine when the planes from Israel arrive and see the ship, or when the United States arrives and sees the ship. Besides, it's at the gates of Bandar Abbas. I mean, it's right at the exit of Bandar Abbas. They haven't gone very far with it. Let's hope they don't sink it. What does their shouting mean? Death to America. That's what it means. It's easy to learn. They say it every day. Their mental capacity is limited. Oh my God, when this is flying, huh? It's actually scary. The plane, look, refueling an F-22 in the middle of the night. 22 Is carrying out a mission like this complicated? Thanks.
Wow.
Practically invisible to radar. Very complicated. The missions ahead are very complicated for the United States Navy, for the United States, for Israel. But there's no doubt they know how to do it. No doubt. This is quite a machine, huh? I mean, the F-22 is a serious piece of equipment, right? Fam, thank you so much for being live with us. We'll see you in the next show here on Military Strategies. It's truly an honor and a pleasure. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next show. Take care.